My wife scoffed, "You can't prove anything, don't even try." I smiled. At court, my lawyer handed the judge a USB stick. The room heard her own voice admit to cheating. She collapsed in her chair. The courtroom froze, no coughs, no shuffling, only her voice from the speaker, a low laugh, a whisper. "He never checks. Dylan books the room. I bring the card." The judge leaned back, eyes thin. The bailiff stared at the floor, Lauren folded in her chair. Hands over her face, her lawyer reached for water. He missed the glass. It tipped. A small pool spread across the table. I stood still. My lawyer, Mr. Patel, touched my elbow. "No reactions," he said, calm, precise. Friends sat behind me. Jason and Kelly, Tom and Claire, Eric and Lisa. My best friend Jake pressed his lips tight. My mom, Linda, held her purse in both hands. She looked at me and nodded once. The judge raised a palm. 10-minute recess. The gavel struck. Sound bounced off wood and died fast. I turned to the aisle. People stared. Lauren kept her head down. The USB rested on the clerk's blotter like a small bomb after the blast. In the hallway, air smelled like old carpet and coffee. Mr. Patel snapped his folder shut. "We'll move for temporary orders," he said. "No posts, no contact, keep your proof safe." "Understood," I said. Jake stepped close. "You breathing?" "I'm here." This was the moment I knew she never respected me. We walked out into cold light. Camera phones stayed away. No circus. Good. I needed quiet. I needed rooms with doors and friends with spines. It started 2 months earlier at Jason and Kelly's housewarming. New paint. New couch. Boxes in corners. Music from a small speaker. Friends spilling chips on coasters. Easy joy. Lauren wore a white sweater, red lipstick, phone always in her palm. She kissed my cheek and floated off. I helped Kelly stack plates near the sink. Her phone buzzed on the counter, screen up. A preview glowed. "Miss your hands." Heart emoji. The name read Dylan PT. No photo. My chest went tight. I didn't touch the phone. I found Jason by the TV. "Mind if I throw up a quick thank you clip?" I asked. He nodded. "Airplay is up." People drifted in. I mirrored my phone. A photo album did not appear. Screenshots did. Instagram DMs from Lauren's account. Dylan PT. His selfie with a hotel window, her reply below. "He thinks I'm at yoga." Laughing emoji. The timestamp sat in last week. Gasps touched the room. Eric swore under his breath. Lisa put a hand on her lips. Tom stared at me with a look I will not forget. Lauren entered. She saw the screen. The color left her face. "Old joke," she said. "Ryan likes tech tricks." I tapped a voice note. Her voice filled the room. "He pays if I cry, watch." A soft laugh. A door closed in the background. Silence hit. Even the playlist hushed. Kelly's eyes filled. Jason lowered his head. Lauren tried one more line. "He hacks me. He's controlling." I spoke even. "Your Mac synced when you left it open. Time stamps match. Your own voice." No one saved her. She grabbed her bag and left. The door clicked. The party limped on. I helped Eric move a box. He said nothing. He didn't need to. Her panic wasn't about losing me. It was about losing control. Money began to speak after that night. Charges on our joint card with strange names. Studio. Wellness. Friday transfers to a cashapp handle DT/trainer. Venmo hits to Dill T. Black hearts in the notes. A flight to Austin on points. My points. I printed everything and circled lines. A pattern formed. Friday nights. Hotel charges near a gym. 2 dinners on 1 date in 2 cities, my name on one. Impossible. I called the Austin Hotel, asked for a receipt copy. I recorded with consent. The manager read 2 guests. Second name, Dylan Turner. The PT fit like a glove. I saved the file in a folder named Receipts. I printed the PDF. I highlighted the names. Every page slid into a blue binder on my desk. Old school beats, lost passwords. Jake met me at a diner. We spread paper across Formica. "We build a clean line," he said. "No smoke, dates, amounts, names." We worked until the coffee tasted like ash. Lauren's Mac had stayed signed in. Messages and voice notes had synced. I played one. "He never pushes back," she told someone. "That makes life easy." The sound cut through me like ice water. I recorded the playback on my phone, date visible. Time code ticked in the corner. Chain of custody mattered. Mr. Patel would ask for it. I called my cousin Chloe. She works in bank risk. No rules broken. She showed me how to read what I already held. Merchant IDs, recurring patterns. See the Fridays, she said. Same club, same time, same person behind the name. I added a simple sheet. Date, vendor, amount, note, payer. The picture sharpened, like a lens snapping into focus. Direct messages told a second story, flirting, hotel windows, private album links. Lauren always typed fast. She liked codes and emojis. She liked the thrill of secret rooms. She also liked a crowd. She moved to group chats and spun a tale. She told Jason and Kelly I yelled. She told Tom and Claire I checked her phone. She told Eric and Lisa I followed her in a car. She sent crying selfies. She fed lines. If anyone asks, say I feel unsafe. Rumor runs quicker than proof, so I prepared another room with a screen. Eric and Lisa invited us back for a small game night. Cards on the table, pizza, soda. Laughter found its way in. I let it warm the room, then I stood. 5 minutes, I said. I mirrored my phone, DMs, timestamps, Venmo lines, the Austin hotel receipt, a short clip of the manager's call with consent. Then the voice note, he pays if I cry. A hush fell. Kelly's knuckles went white around a soda can. Tom looked at the floor. Jason stared at nothing. Lauren tried to rally. He forged this. Lisa shook her head. Your Mac synced on my couch. I watched the progress bar. Jason lifted his phone. You asked me to tell people he scared you. Here are the messages. A bullet list filled the screen, scripting in text bubbles. Lauren left without a word. The door sighed shut. The night breathed again in slow pulls. She moved to family next. She showed up at my mom's door with flowers and a soft voice. He works late. He forgets me. I feel alone. Mom listened. Then she set the flowers on the porch. You had my kindness, she said. You lost my trust. Uncle Frank called me that night. Holiday dinner, he said. Everyone invited. We eat, we listen. Bring your binder. I nodded, though he couldn't see. I will. New alerts hit my email in the meantime. A cookware store account in my name, high limit. I filed a police report for identity misuse. I froze my credit. My cousin Tyler brought over hardware keys. We locked every account, new passwords. New pins, two-factor everywhere. He set alerts on my inbox for new logins. He looked at the binder. You're doing the right thing. Lauren used my frequent flyer number to move points. A Miami trip popped up in the logs. I called the airline. Points restored after a long hold. Account flagged. I printed the case number and slid it into the binder. She texted from a new number. You will regret this. I saved it. I did not reply. Mr. Patel built the court packet. Exhibits labeled. Audio on a clean USB. Witness statements from Eric and Lisa, from Jason and Kelly, from Tom and Claire, from Mom, a short note from Chloe about recurring payments and intent. Court arrived. You heard the opening. The USB, the gasp. The collapse, the recess. The order that followed, no contact except through counsel, no new joint debt, no posts, a date set for final hearing. Holiday dinner came 2 weeks later. Frank's house smelled like butter and thyme. Lights warmed the walls. Brandon carried a huge bowl. Chloe lined up plates. Mom hugged me tight. Friends came too, Eric and Lisa with a small projector, Jason and Kelly with a stack of napkins, Tom and Claire with a giant pie. Lauren entered late. Winter coat, careful smile. She sat near the end of the table. She hugged Aunt Nancy like nothing had happened. We ate in near silence. Then stories crawled out, a joke about Brandon's bowl, a groan about traffic, a sigh about the price of eggs. Frank tapped his glass. We hear Chris first, he said. Then Lauren. I connected the projector. I opened my folder. I set the blue binder beside the TV. I started slow. DMs, time stamps, hotel windows, her replies. I moved to money. Venmo to DILT, cashapp to DT/trainer, Friday hearts, the Austin hotel receipt, the manager's call with consent. He read the name. Turner. I played the voice note. He pays if I cry. Air left the room. Kelly held her breath. Jason blinked hard. Tom whispered a curse. Lisa wiped one cheek. I handed the binder to Frank. He flipped pages. He passed it to Mom. She read a receipt and set her mouth thin. I placed my phone on the table, speaker on. I dialed a number. It rang twice. A man picked up. Yeah, Dylan family is here, I said. One question, did you sleep with Lauren while she was married to me? Silence, then a sigh. Yes, he said. She told me it was open. We met in hotels. She booked. Sometimes used your points. I'm sorry. Gasps rippled down the table. Chloe pressed her fist to her mouth. Brandon stared at the wall. Frank set the binder down with care. Lauren yanked the HDMI, the screen went black. "This is an ambush," she said. "He edited that call." I lifted a stack from the table, credit alerts, airline logs, fraud report numbers, identity misuse, I said, filed and flagged. Frank stood. "Out," he said. "You used my house for a script." "Leave." Lauren looked for a hand, no one moved, even Nancy looked away. Lauren grabbed her coat and ran for the door. I sat down, hands flat on the table, heart steady. I wasn't angry, I was finished. We cleaned up in careful quiet. Then voices returned. Slow, gentle, like people stepping back into their bodies. Mr. Patel filed for reimbursement on joint charges. He asked for control of accounts until final orders. The judge signed that week. A thin order with heavy lines. Days turned simple. Work runs along the river. Sleep without alarms from fear. I boxed Lauren's things with a camera on a tripod, a list for each box. I dropped them at her lawyer's office and signed. I stopped by a bookshop near my office. Olivia worked the counter. We had traded smiles before. She slid a paperback toward me. "Short chapters," she said. "Good for noisy heads." I thanked her and left. I read that night. The words felt clean. Space on the page felt like room in my chest. Final hearing came. The judge spoke in short lines. Divorce granted, debt assigned, reimbursement ordered, identity misuse noted, a bar on smears. He wished us peace. His eyes stayed dry. I walked out into open air. The river moved like always. No witness, no judge, no verdict in the water, only forward motion. I met Mr. Patel in his office on Tuesday. We filed a civil claim for travel and hotel charges. We attached the Austin receipt. We attached airline logs for Miami. We attached the transcript from the USB. We asked for fees and interest. We served notice to vendors where she signed my name. We sent the order. They flagged her profile, some closed accounts. Some added notes. Her lawyer offered a bland deal, no fault, no payback. Mr. Patel slid it back. "Full reimbursement," he said. "Fees tied to identity misuse. Written apology to family, 30 days. She stalled. We filed. The judge granted reimbursement with interest. When she missed the first deadline, he approved wage garnishment. A bland envelope arrived 2 months later. The first payment, I took a photo for my records. Half paid my legal bill. Half went to a shelter Linda supports. Pain turned to help. Balance in a small way. We sold the joint car she drove. Proceeds covered joint debt. She handed over keys in a lot with bright lights. Her eyes wanted a fight. I did not give one. Dylan sent an apology. I ignored it. I owed him nothing. She posted a vague smear on a local group. Lisa replied with the court order. The thread sank. Payments kept landing. Slow, steady. I stopped tracking day by day. Mr. Patel closed his file with a clean note. Satisfied. Jason and Kelly hosted a small rooftop in spring. Burgers, music, no screens. We watched the city breathe. Eric passed me a soda and bumped my shoulder. No words. I saw Olivia again. We walked to the park after work. We did not rush. We did not sell each other a story. We watched dogs chase balls and fail with pride. I liked that part. People think revenge needs fire. Mine used paper and patience. Orders, seals. Checks with her name on top and mine below. No glee, no parade. Accountability did the job. Her panic wasn't about losing me. It was about losing control. Mine focused on closing the ledger. Then I locked the door and slept. I boxed the blue binder and put it on a high shelf. Not to forget, to rest. Dust would handle the rest. I blocked Lauren on everything. She sent one letter through counsel asking for a healing talk. I replied with one line. "I wish you peace from far away." I met Mom on Sunday mornings. Eggs, toast, coffee, a slow walk after. We waved at a kid on a scooter. She squeezed my shoulder. "You guard your peace," she said. "I'm proud." I set 3 rules on a card inside a drawer. Ask hard questions early. Keep money clear. Leave rooms where respect dies. I read the card for a week, then I didn't need it. I went back to the gym, not Dylan's place. A quiet room with old iron and a radio. I lifted light. I ran slow. My breath felt honest. I saw Olivia at the shop. We talked about a new author. We set a plan for coffee, then a walk, then brunch. No rush, no stage lights. We laughed at a bad joke and let silence sit beside us like a friend. Uncle Frank hosted a backyard barbecue in June. Smoke curled into blue sky. Brandon flipped burgers with focus. Chloe stole fries and denied it. Jason dropped a bun. Kelly laughed so hard she put her face in her hands. We told small stories. None needed a judge. I stopped checking Lauren's pages. I stopped replaying the voice note. My body stopped flinching when my phone buzzed at night. It stayed face up on the table, no fear. I took a short trip to a lake alone. I sat on a dock with a paperback. Water moved with its own mind. No witness, no verdict. I wrote 3 lines in a notebook. This was the moment I knew she never respected me. Her panic wasn't about losing me. It was about losing control. I wasn't angry. I was finished. I closed the notebook. I swam in cold water. It stung and felt like life. Olivia met me at the station when I returned. We walked home under soft light. 2 coffees, 1 plan, simple dinner. We ate, we talked. We did not define anything. We left room for a future to build itself with steady hands. I slept with the window open. Dawn slid across the floor. Peace sat in the chair by the window and waited for me to wake. I tied my shoes. I stepped out. Forward.